Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, Crochet by Katie Humes. Last week for Quick Tip Tuesday, we talked about how to make a magic ring. A magic ring can be used for a lot of things. The two things I use it for most commonly are to make a hat or this is how I start most of my amigurumis. So today we're going to learn how we can hide this yarn tail without having to use a needle. You can use any stitch to do this. I am going to show you with the single crochet because that is the most common crochet that I use in amigurumi. I am also going to be doing an increase round because that is also the most common thing to do. That is the most common thing I do after making this original first magic circle. The second round is most of the time an increase in each stitch. So I'm just going to do it that way because that's what I do most of the time. And I'm going to show you how to hide this tail. So what you're going to do is grab your yarn and you're going to want to insert your hook into this next stitch over here. You can see the little V's and that's where you're going to insert your hook. Then you're going to yarn over and you're going to pull through, and then you should have 2 loops on your hook. And when you do this, you're going to have this pulled around so that when you're crocheting, you will be hiding it. So you're going to yarn over when you have those 2 loops on your hook, and you're going to pull through both loops for a single crochet. And then for an increase, you will insert it into that same stitch, pull up a loop, keeping this tail right here, yarn over with your yarn attached to your yarn ball. Be careful not to get these 2 strings mixed up. Yarn over, pull through both loops. And then we will continue that. Now while you're doing this, you'll see that this little circle can sometimes open up. So what I do is the yarn tail, I will pull it as I'm going along, and that keeps that closed nice and tight. So I'll pull it as I'm going along so that it continues to sew it up a little tighter. So the next stitch, do 2 single crochets into that next stitch, continuing to hold this yarn tail and make sure that you are going over it on both sides. That way you are going over it. That way when you get to the end, which will be 12 crochets, you will have crocheted successfully over it. So let's go ahead and do the rest. So that was my 4th one, my second increase. So this is 3, 2, making 6 stitches, 4, 2, 5, 2, and 6, 2. And now you have successfully crocheted over this yarn tail. You have successfully done an increase round. If you did not need to do an increase round, you can do that same technique, just doing 1 stitch in every single. So if you're making an arm or a leg, you might not have to do an increase. And then you would still do that same technique to hide this yarn tail. And now that you have crocheted around and the yarn tail is successfully tucked in on both sides, now you can simply cut this right here and you have successfully hidden your yarn tail. It's nice and tight, there's no hole in the middle, and you have a beautiful magic ring with a beautiful increase round. And that is how you can hide your yarn tail without having to use a needle in the end. I like to avoid crocheting needles as much as I can, yarn needles, because I like to just finish it all in one easy step and not have to go back and sew in. So that's Quick Tip Tuesday for you. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. I will be adding more tips every Tuesday. Have a wonderful day. Bye.